Hey, this is Joel from AZ Yu-Gi-Oh Village, and finally I've been able to get my invite. I didn't top at the regionals in Arizona. I got my invite, and quick shout outs to Vic Figueroa for getting his invite, Alec Beer, and Steven Anton for top 8. Also Corey and Zenas for top 8. And if I missed anybody else who got their invite, I'm sorry. We left in a hurry after I filled everything out, and I couldn't remember who else. Dominic also got his invite as well. And I'd like to thank Chris Kendrick for all the tips and all the texts to run and what to play. And I ran Heroes, and this is the deck profile. I ran the Stratos, 2 Bubble Man. I think 2 is the perfect synergy for the deck because if you have 1, you need the second one to try to go into the OTKs, but if you run the third, it'll clog up the consistency and you might double up on them in your hand. Triple Alias, which is like your main bread and butter for the Fire Fist matchup, and I'll explain why. Double Thunder King, because it's a really good card right now in this meta, and I'll talk about the third one in a little bit. The Advocator, because consistently more because of the warrior factor, because it's a roto target, and if people play Rivalry, then I can still play it. Floatland Thrasher, because it's a Cyber Dragon on crack. Honest to protect all my bitches, and Gorz, because it's my backup. It's 11 monsters. Searchers, basics, 2 dualities, so you can set up plays for laters. Triple Sparks, which is like, again, it combos off to defeat the Fire Fist, because once they target your monsters, you chain this and destroy anything else you want. So they lose. I ran Triple MST basically for Fire Fist, even though I won against only one of them. But this really helped out against like a lot of the other heavy setback row decks like X-Sabers and such. Your main asshole, Triple Miracle. I ran 2 Super Polys. I know the second place guy ran 3 Super Polys, but I ran 2 because I felt like it's more consistent. With 3, I feel like sometimes you have to drop the Super Poly to activate the Super Poly. Something like that. And then your staples. Traps, and 2 Solemn Warnings. This is still an FE card, this format, but I like it still. Double Torrential. This is where I might have ran the 3rd Thunder King. It was over 1 Torrential. So I probably would have ran 1 Torrential on the 3rd Thunder King just to keep up the pressure on my opponents, because I would always side 1 out. So, but that was just like around round 6 that I thought about it. 2 Bottomlesses. Triple Compulsories, just to stop nearly the mirror match and windups and basically anything else that prevents problems. And 1 Rogue. Side deck, I played 3 copies of Dimensional Fissures because it could save your, it could let you go into your Exceed OTKs and let you play off your Miracles. 3 Skill Drains, because you can easily just make this deck anti-meta, and it nearly stops everything, except like the Fire Fist. And then I played 3 Beast Kings, because they're essentially just aliases, and they can just become stronger. They're just nice beat sticks. I played 2 Snowmans, just to stop the mirror, the windups, the Dino Rabbit, 6 M's, etc. Maxis for the windups. And Connect Soldiers, which were actually dead. I sided them once, I didn't even draw into them. I probably should have ran the Fossil Dinos over this, but I expected more mirror, so it was questionable. And then the extra deck.
What would you put in?
I said Fossil Dinos.
Fossil Dinos?
Fossil Dinos, probably, because maybe if I had that Fossil Dino in the last game, I could have probably just poked with Thunder King and the Fossil Dino with back row. Exceeds. Well, extra deck has Excalibur, Blade Armor, Staples, Hyper Labrative, Utopia, Corn. I read the My Stroke over the Gaga Cowboy because it lets me jump over Catastor, and I actually did have to jump over Catastor when I faced the X-Saber player round 1. So on that regard, I appreciate it, because the only other thing I could have done at that moment is I didn't have Super Polys or Gemini Sparks. I could probably have to Black Chip Corn and killed myself. Stardust for the road, and then I played 2 Shinings, 2 M0s because I expected Mermels, but I didn't even go against any Mermels. one Dark, one Escudero, one Nova Master, because I still think one is fine even with all the Fire Fist running around them. So I decided to run one and decided to let the Gemini Sparks do most of the work. One Gaia and one Great Tornado. In terms of the whole deck in general, I'd probably change it up in the coming months, but for the most part, it did what it needed to do, and I'm really happy with the performance.
What was your toughest matchup all day?
My toughest matchup was probably the anti-meta one, because it would bring out cards. It had, Motion Diffusion Wave is the spell card. So I had to play really quick, try to get around that, or hope to get the MSTs or the Gemini Sparks to counteract those. Other than that, he played very trap heavy, so sometimes it was very difficult to overextend and try to end games. But it was also one of my most funnest matchups too, because it had a lot of interesting styles to it. That's pretty much it. For right now, up until that, it's basically just test playing and deck building. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.